Hello and welcome to a new series from Life of Crafton. This is Kristen. So I just finished the July of 2022 and I had to go in my stash to get some paper to meet that sheetload of cards sketch. And I found this paper that I have been in love with for I've had it a couple of years now. I got it, a friend of mine was cleaning papers out and she let me go through her box before we put it on the free table at this card event we go to in February. And I don't know why, this paper was really calling my name. So I feel like I'm gonna try it with this. The paper is, it's actually from Basic Gray. I don't know what Jovial has to do with it. But it says Christmas tree. No idea. It's got a 2010 copyright, so that tells you how old this paper is. Like I said, I just did the July 2022, so that tells you this paper's quite old. So I started doing the sketches several months back, and what I'm doing, I'm trying to work the new ones as they come out and then work myself backwards through all of the other previous ones. You find these at YouTube's channel of Call Me Crafty Al. Once a month she puts out a sketch that basically has like a recipe of what you need for it, and if you cut it according to her guidelines, for 2 pieces of pattern paper, 10 sheets of solid cardstock, you will get 10 cards. My guess is that you need so much cardstock to the cards given because of the card base. This is her mini slimline edition. I really haven't gotten bit by the slimline bug yet. But I did maybe 2, and they've all been from sketches of hers. So, you know, I'm still, I guess, trying to figure out my way with those. Yeah, I'm looking at the instructions of it all, and there's going to be quite a bit of waste. So I'm going to see if I can fool around with some of this sketch, because yeah, you do need, the card base is why you need so much card stock to do it. My plan on this paper is, this is the same paper, it's just different sides. So I want to see if by having that I can get more cards out of it. One of the things I can tell you is I'm noticing that this is one cut with this heart pattern. And I don't know necessarily that you need that as one. You can probably panel that in or piece that in there. I am thinking to kind of brighten this up. I'm going to use some gold foil on this behind it. I think this, we're going to see. I think this may do very well with that paper, or I have some like shimmer, glimmer paper. I don't think I'm going to use glitter paper, but something with a little bit of shine to it, I think. And I think I'm going to stay in the gold family because of the browns in this paper. So I'm going to start with looking at this, cutting the one out, and we'll see, like I said, depending if we modify these cuts, maybe we can get either more cards out of this, or try to at least get the number of cardstock pieces cut down. I'm probably just going to go with an ivory base, and then, like I said, layer this on the front using some of the gold as the piece. I'm going to do a layer behind this one here and behind here. So let me get one concept together and cut up, and I'll be back. All right, it's Kristen, I'm back. I haven't cut anything yet, but I'm over here kind of doing my math on stuff as far as, you know, what I got to cut first from the base. One of the things I did realize that there's nothing I'm going to gain cutting. I'm not going to get two bases out of a card. what I am running into is that my blade sucks in this one. And your 6 1/4 falls right on the white. So I'm trying to use my Tim Holtz trimmer. And one thing I have as a complaint that's for Jim Holtz is the 6 goes right to the end of here. This is the 6 1/2. You have to kind of guesstimate where 6 1/4 falls on here. So having said that, I'm kind of trying to work it out. So instead of trying to cut 6 1/4, what can I cut that's the other half of it? So if I cut my 8 1/2 by 11 sheet and I make my first cut on the long side at 4 3/4, that'll easily fit on my trimmer. I'm trying to get the paper up here. So if I put this up here and I cut it 4 3/4, I'm not taking this half, I'm taking the other half. So if I do that, there we go. Then if I take the shorter side and I just cut off the 2 inches. Yeah, I'm having issues today. You know, look at my paper now. Yeah, you get the idea. Obviously, I'm not going to be keeping these. I then have to score on the shorter side, and that's what I use my trimmer for because, like I said, I have, the blade is kind of dull. So this should give me the 6 1/2, and that'll give me the 6 1/4. Looks like it's a little bit over. So then I have to score it 3 1/8 on this side to give me my base. So that was the one thing I figured out to have to do. But then, like I said, I was looking at this, trying to figure out how to make the most out of my paper. Because I'm looking at it, and she's cutting 5 of the base sheets, and then 5 of what's going to be this small little layer that goes here. But what I'm coming to realize is, if I take this sheet, and she's saying it's 1 1/2, if I go in here and pick arbitrarily a place and cut out a 1 1/2 inch spot, I can flip my paper over for that 1 1/2 inch strip, and it'll give me my dark side because I don't really want, I like this side better. So I'm gonna cut that, but it's not gonna matter because as the card sketch shows, this white section right here and right here is a layer. So what I'm gonna wind up doing is I'm gonna cut this as a 1 1/2 inch strip out of here. My guess is if this is 1 1/2, she does these supposedly to scale. So let's see. That is about, well, yeah, that is a 6-inch sheet. So if you're looking, that little section right there is about a 7/8 inch section. So if I take my 6-inch sheet and I cut off 7/8 inch, cut off another 1.5 inches over that, and then piece that over there, I'm still going to have 6 inches, but you're not going to see where I'm making the cuts because I'm going to hide it with this layer that's right in here. So I'm going to do one for right now and see how we go, and I'll be back so you can see what I'm kind of talking about. You know, I cut my paper because I had the layer there. I'm actually going to have to do this as a 2 7/8, but I don't have my layer behind this one yet because that would go layered and bump it up. But I actually kind of like it because with that being turned over and glued down, I don't think it matters. I think I can save myself the paper of laying down, because what I would have to do is cut myself this is just a hypothetical. This isn't really done. It would wind up having a lot more, so I'm debating. If I go with this, well, why don't I stop doing a hypothetical and I cut it as a real? This would be what it would wind up being as the layer behind it. These two I know are going down, so let me lay these down. I'm using ATG. Not so much do you have to worry about on the printed paper, but on the foil you have to use the ATG or you're going to see all your glue lines. This isn't foil, this is, let me lay this down and then I'll look. This is paper, this gold paper is from Hobby Lobby. It's like a shimmer paper in there. If I could get things laid down correctly, life would be fabulous. Guess that's one benefit of using ATG. This paper is from Hobby Lobby, and it is known as the Pure Gold Metallic paper. They do have one that's a little bit more aged. I liked this one with the paper that's brighter. So this paper is going down, and this one is going down. So then, just make sure I got them going in the right direction. And that's the other thing you gotta watch if you're gonna use dimensional papers, that you cut them going in the right direction. So then this one, I can either add the extra layer, and it's gonna hide that, or I could just leave that off and put that down, and I don't think I'm really gaining anything with that other piece of paper in there. So I'm gaining a little bit extra gold is what I'm gaining in there. So I'm getting a little bit of a wider strip of gold showing is what is the difference. So that's what I'm referring to when I'm saying that you can just cut those strips, and I'm going to wind up getting now 8 cards instead of 5 out of each 12 by 12 paper. So just in that alone, I'm going to wind up with 6 more cards just by making this slight modification in this sketch. So I have a feeling that this paper here that I had as a scrap is probably what I'm going to have left after cutting this base layer, so I might as well just use it to save myself from having the scraps anyway. So I'm going to cut everything, and then I will be back and I'll show you the rest. I think this has to be probably the easiest card I have put together from a sketch yet. I had this left over from a card I just did. I think it may have been like a November 21st sheetload of cards, and it's got gold embossing on it. It's not the best embossing job that I've ever did, but you know, to me it serves the purpose. And this is a sneak peek of a, oh god, I need to stretch. I'm in the middle of doing some personal cards with a friend of mine, and they're not done yet. So this is just a sneak peek of what I'm working on for the other cards I'm going to do for personal. And I'm like, you know what? Love it. Love, love, love how this came out. These are some Greetery cards. I don't even think I'm in frame. There we go. Beautiful. I just loved the Greeteries. I'm gonna have to see, because what happens with these Greetery things is you just cut out from a bunch of different papers and you mix. I don't know if I'm on a screen. You cut a bunch of different papers and then I really am off screen. God, I am so sorry. Shut off. Anyway, I apologize for this. You see me in my amateurness, right? You cut out like a bunch of different pieces and you mix and match them together, and it's quite tedious, but the effect is beautiful. But I love how this coloration really, this is like a green teal, and this is more of a light blue, but I think it really works. So I'm thinking I'm going to put it here. I think I'm going to loop a little bit of silver. I put a silver on there. I may do a silver or gold and just loop it behind this layer before I put it down. So I need to get busy cutting stuff and assembling and embossing and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. So I'll be back when I have a whole array to show you. See ya. My mind is really working now. Because what I'm thinking is, I really like this paper, and I do a lot of these as giveaways for my clients in our retail business, but I do have, I like to do something different when I give gift cards, especially to people like my UPS driver and all. And I did this with my uncle's card, and instead of doing this at 6 1/4, if I added like another inch on, so I did it at, so let's do the 6 1/2. So the width is going to stay the same. You make it a little bit longer. I'm going to add another inch and then score it, and you can flip it up and glue it in there. And that'll give me a strip to hold in a gift card here, and then I can write my, I don't even know if I'll in screen. So I can flip that up and I can put a gift card here and then put a message here on this top part. Is what I think I'm going to wind up doing, because I'm going to be wasting the paper anyway. So I might as well just do these a little bit longer. Or your other thing is you could make it that little bit, because I told you I'm cutting off 2 inches. You could leave the extra 2 inches, but the problem is you're going to have this section where you don't really need. So now that I think about it, it would kind of look stupid if you try to make this the fold over and just stick the card that way. I think it's better to stick the card, and then you could probably do it too, so if you wanted to put money in there. So I'm going to fool with that in my edition of prepping, is to see if I can find a way, because like I said, I like to use them as giveaways, but I don't think I want to do that. I like these a lot, and I think I'm going to wind up using them in my personal life. It's better to kind of show you. So here is how I cut it at the 6 1/4. Instead I cut it at 7 1/4, and that's going to give me that little bit of a flap that I can glue and then be able to stick like something behind it. So you can still stick something behind it, and I would just put glue on the ends. This would really work nice if you had a design that went this way. If I had thought ahead, I probably could have, this design could easily be left that way, but my paper's directionally going this way. But if I cut it this way, I could have easily left my flap here. Then I could put something here, or I could put this here, and my message here, and put that in the front. There's a lot of options. Like I said, I already cut the one piece of paper up, so I'm kind of stuck with it in that dimension, in that direction, and I'm not opposed. Like I said, I'm gonna put them on the front, and I can just write what I want up here. So another way to modify this up. So I'm back with the final card of what I made. This is the first version of what I showed you. For this, oh, I should move this over, the April 2021 sheetload of cards. I wound up with 16. I can get most of these out of the way. So what I wound up doing was the Merry Christmas from this Tim Holtz Christmas Time 2 stamp set. This is before I knew you should be putting these in a 3-ring binder. I kind of cut this, which I kind of regret now. Yeah. So you live and learn, right? Anyway, when I put it on there with this, I just did this Merry Christmas stamp in a video. Ooh, like I said, I think it was the November one I did of 2021, which I guess was a while ago, from April to November, but I don't know, it feels like it wasn't that long ago. So I said I needed something different, and I hadn't used this stamp set yet, and I really thought the classiness of this really kind of fit what the look was that I was going for. So I mentioned already what the gold paper was. I'm trying, oh God, it's the never ending, which I guess is a good thing. It was the Stampin' Up! Gold embossing powder, and I still have, I don't know how much left. So Really, those little things look like they're not that much, but they never end. They never end. This I mentioned is a Greetery die. I'll put the exact thing. I think it's called like Grandma's Attic or something like that. Ornaments. I do have more coming with this. Like I said, I have some stuff on the back burner that I'm working on. It's just a gold foil, a silver foil, and the blue in this, I don't know if you can tell, is the Tim Holtz. It's his foil on craft paper, and I really like how pastel the color is. So that is how that came out. I really debated about, they have a green in that packet, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna roll with the blue. So I liked how they came out, and I'm really happy with this. So like I said, I'm debating if I want to keep this for my personal. I haven't decided yet. So that is a wrap. That is the April 2021 sheetload of cards, and I got a total of 16 out of this paper pack because of how I just cut that out of the center that I explained earlier. So sometimes you just gotta think outside the box. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, love to see if you could give me some thumbs up. Love to see if you get some inspiration that you subscribe to the channel. I'm excited to see I got over 100 now. Seems like I'm, you know, every day getting a little bit more. So that's exciting to see. So it would really mean a lot to me if you decided to subscribe. Hope to see you again soon, and got lots more fun coming up. See you very soon. Bye.